Why were they sharing a piece of candy while they were kissing? How might this sweet and sour kiss connect back to their relationship dynamic? First, let's look back at the beginning of the story where MC brings Caleb a drink and says it has the perfect amount of lemon juice in it, but she doesn't taste test it, and Caleb insists that she should have, and she's like, we're not kids anymore, I don't have to do that. But Caleb wanted to share this sourness with her, and we see it finally happen during the candy kiss. If you've been watching my videos, you've known that I've talked about how Caleb has been suffering alone and how really he wants to share in this darkness, this pain, this struggle with MC. He doesn't want to do it alone. And that's why this is an important turning point that we are seeing happen in Caleb's birthday event. Did you notice how much more open Caleb was with MC, letting her know about how lonely it can be as a pilot? Okay, remember far space deprivation? MC has injected the chip into herself, she's going crazy, she bites Caleb, and she tells him, you look like a sinner who's ready to confess. And he tells her in this moment of honesty, well, won't you share in this sin with me? That is him opening up about everything he's been going through and how lonely he feels, and that he really does want a partner to go through this with. But of course, he's been keeping her at a distance, not cluing her in, and she wants in. And he only really says this to her because he knows that she's going to forget it in the morning. And now we've touched on how pain is something that connects MC and Caleb, almost like they're resonating. I talk about this in another video. But we see how that also ties in with this sour candy. You know, she gives him the candy and he's like, oh, sour, you always give me the sour things. And that's him dealing with burdens related to her, right? She doesn't mean to do this, but he takes on a lot of burdens for her sake. And she's like, well, then give it back to me. And that's them sharing in this sort of unpleasant experience and this sourness together. In Painful Signal, she squeezes on his hand hard enough so that she also feels pain. She wants to hurt too, and not just have him go through pain by himself. So they're sharing, they're resonating through going through hardships together. So that steamy, saliva-swapping, sour candy-sharing kiss was more than just a hot little makeout session. It also connected to the characters and their dynamics. How if they're going to sin, they're going to sin together. If one's falling, the other one's going to fall with them. And if they're going to be in pain, they'd rather be in pain together.